Scheduled feedings is something that obviously you're going to find people that don't agree with this point, particularly those that believe on feeding on demand. I'm going to give you the two sides of the coin. There's a group of people that believe that when the baby cries, he or she needs to be fed 20 times a day, an hour and a half each time. Doesn't matter how long and how often they feel the baby needs to be fed when she or he cries. That eventually leads to serious medical problems. We know that a baby's stomach that's full requires a minimum of 3 hours to be able to be fully empty. When you feed a baby, actually not feed, when you snack feed a baby, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and then again half an hour rest, and again 20 minutes later again, you're soon going to realize that after 4 hours, the baby ate 4 times. But in that stomach, there are 4 meals, and each meal is in a different state of digestion. So the baby screams, the baby has horrible pain and indigestion. So what does the mother do? Feeds the baby again. So it's a vicious cycle that never ends. And later on, the mother doesn't know if it's day or night because the baby has been crying and eating all the time. So I fully disagree with that. So I'm talking about healthy full-term babies that don't have any medical conditions. So in such babies, you can teach the baby, even with breastfeeding, to be on a schedule since the beginning. So you establish a schedule, for example, to only nurse 12 minutes in each side. And from the moment the baby is finished, you must wait a minimum of 2.5 hours from the time you finish. And that's not much to ask. If you speak to any nurse that works in the newborn intensive care unit, they will tell you that premature babies that don't have any other serious medical problems are fed every 4 hours, and they do perfectly fine. Those nurses don't have any time to feed the baby more often. Actually, many of my patients tell me that when a baby was in the newborn intensive care unit for a week or two, when they get the baby is fully trained. He eats every 4 hours, and they're very happy. Granted, many mothers will mess up that beautiful schedule because when the baby cries, they start feeding the baby every hour and a half. So the ideal situation is that whatever the baby is being breastfed or bottle fed, the mother has a life. She has a husband. Many times she has to return to work. I will say that at least 60 to 70% of my patients, the mother has to go back to work. And later on, even if the mother doesn't work, she may need to take care of 2 or 3 or 4 other children. So if you are feeding the baby every time the baby cries, if you don't teach the baby how to go to sleep without making any big production about it, eventually the poor mother enters into depression, stress, and she doesn't enjoy being a mother because it's an overwhelming work.